Black is under pressure and blunders, with the rook dropping back to c8. Attacking the advanced pawn seems completely natural, but this is a fatal error. Black really needed to play the rook to e8 to control the open file instead. Moving to the e file would have prevented White's king from stepping up the board later in the variation. By abandoning that control, Black allows a crushing sequence. White immediately secures their massive advantage with a strong pawn push. Advancing the pawn to b6 perfectly protects the advanced pawn on c7, creating an unstoppable duo on the queen's side. With both pawns supporting each other and controlling key squares, Black is in incredibly deep trouble. Black desperately fights back with a tricky knight fork. The knight leaps to d3, attacking both the white king and the bishop on f4. It checks the king and attacks the bishop at the same time. If Black's rook were on e8, controlling the file, White's king couldn't step forward. But thanks to Black's earlier blunder, White finds a brilliant defensive move. The king confidently steps out of danger to e3, defending the attacked bishop and counterattacking the knight all at once. Black attempts to blockade the dangerous passed pawns by retreating the knight to c5, hoping to hold the position together and stop the bleeding. But here comes the killer blow. The white king boldly marches further up the board to d4, destroying the blockader. Black is completely out of options. The knight must either move away or sacrifice itself, leaving White with an easily won endgame. Let us look at what happens if Black tries to flee with the knight. If the knight drops back to b7, White simply continues the unstoppable king march. The king moves to d5, completely dominating the board. The pawns cannot be stopped, and White will soon promote. What if Black tries to trade the knight for the dangerous pawns instead? Giving a check on e6 to disrupt White's coordination. White's king steps to d5 anyway, keeping up the relentless aggression. Black captures the pawn on c7 with check, sacrificing the knight to eliminate the immediate threat. White happily recaptures with the b-pawn, creating a new passed pawn. And after the rook grabs that final pawn, White is up a full bishop in the endgame and will easily cruise to victory. Never underestimate the power of an active king in the endgame.